Yo, it's finally here. It is finally here. Some news that is worth reporting, and this is the first courtside report for NBA 2K23. So before I get into anything, seasons have been confirmed coming back.
This is Beans, ho.
They have an upgraded ProStick, which they call the new mechanic or new thing, gestures. That's what they call them. They call them gestures. They have a mechanic that they call double throws, which is flicking the ProStick in one direction, letting it go back to the center, then quickly moving the ProStick back to the same direction. And then the other option is a switchback. So whenever you hear double throw or switchbacks is gonna be flicking the ProStick in a direction, letting it go back to the center, and then quickly moving it to the opposite direction. So it's like a way they tried to improve dribbling. That's one of the features that I would like to see moving forward, because I mean, I guess we kind of already had this in the game. If you think about doing crossovers and trying to do combinations, we had something similar. This one is interesting. So the aggressive skill dunks are back, and they have a new aggressive skill dunk meter. And the way these things work now, as you can see, there's up for two-hand dunk, right for strong hand dunk. Now that's essential because some people's strong hand may be their left hand, or some people's strong hand may be their right hand, depending on how they make the character. And then you have left for weak hand dunk. So once again, some people's weak hand may be their right hand if they made a left-handed character, and some people's weak hand might be their left hand if they made a right-handed character. I know that seems a little bit crazy that I'm bringing that up, but to put it in perspective, if you say you wanted to dunk and there's somebody on your right hand side, and somebody's on your right hand side and you want to go up with your left hand, you will have to remember that your character is either ball dominant with the left hand or the right hand, and then choose the correct option. So for me, my characters are typically right-handed. I play with some left-handed characters because I can use either hand, but most of my characters are typically right-handed. So for me, if I was to make my character, I'm driving to the basket, I got somebody chasing me down, I would push to the left so I can dunk with my left hand because that's my weak hand. But if I'm using my lefty character, I would essentially have to push right to dunk with my left hand because that's my strong hand. So like, that's a different element to dunking, and I kind of like it. And I know I'm gonna mess up a couple times, especially if I'm switching around characters like I normally do. So I feel like doing these aggressive skill dunks now, you have to remember to hold on to the right trigger, or R2 for PlayStation. So keep that in mind. Then you have down for rim hang. So just pulling the right stick down, you do a rim hang. Then you have up for flashy two hand. So I would probably only do a flashy two hand when I am driving on a fast break and I'm trying to show off for the stream or show off for YouTube. That's the only time I would probably do that. Down up for a flashy one hand, that's another essential. That's another thing that I would probably only do on fast breaks, or if I got a small defender in the paint and I'm trying to go crazy, you know, I'm trying to get a crazy flashy one hand contact dunk. Now, with that being said, I wonder if they're gonna have flashy contact dunks as well as regular pro and elite contact dunks. Because if you're adding in something called flashy one hand and two hand with a new command, I think that should go for a nice dunk package, like a flashy contact dunk. Then you have up down for normal skill dunk meter. So you push up first and then you pull down on the right stick for the normal skill dunk meter that we are used to. But remember the skill dunk meter has switched along with the shot meter, and I'll get to that. And then down for rim hang skill dunk meter. So now you in this 2K, they allow you to essentially dunk the ball and hang on the rim and pull yourself up and down using the left and right stick. So the left stick is to the momentum at what your arms are, and then the right stick is to, like, when you're hanging on it, to pull yourself up and down on it. But just know that only works well in a city to show off, and I feel like that's gonna be an animation that gets a lot of people stuck in the city, because you'll do a dunk and you be hanging on the rim thinking you cool, and the other team's going back and getting a three. In like the rec and in my career, if you hang on the rim too long, you're gonna get attacked. To not hang on the rim, you have to release the right trigger or R2 for PlayStation so you don't get attacked. So we're gonna look into that right now. Let's see what my boy Flyon got. Look, he just hanging, going back and forth. So he's using the left stick. He ain't even using the right stick to pull himself up. So it says finesse your way to the basket. So now they have scoop layups in the game, and essentially that's all that's really important. Now, as far as doing different hop step and Euro layups, so to do a hop step, you have to do a double throw gesture, which is to the right stick to one side and then back to the center, then right stick to the same side. Then to do cradle layups and Euros, you have to do a switchback gesture, which is right stick to one side, back to the center, then to the opposite side very quickly. Then they have scoop layups now, which all you have to do to perform that is you hold the right stick to either side, and they'll just scoop layup and scoop it in. So we're gonna look at that animation as well right now. So boom, my boy Devin Booker, scooping eye, lay it off the glass, and there you go. Dang, he laid it up on that boy, crazy. They have new contact layup content that will properly show, like when you getting laid up by a big man, like how Giannis would go through a little fella or even a big fella. They have several new layup packages for both next gen and current gen, or new gen and current gen, however you want to say it. They got Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, Allen Iverson, Magic Johnson, Nikola Jokic, Zach LaVine, Ja Morant, Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and more. For post players, double throws can be used for drop steps and hop steps. Switchback gestures can be used for shimmy shots and hooks. So once again, for drop steps and hop steps, double throw is right stick to one direction, back to the center, right stick to the same direction quickly. Switchbacks for shimmy shots and hooks is right sticks to one direction, back to the center, right stick to the opposite direction. I'm gonna keep going through that on the video. Now, this one is essentially like, how can I say? They made dribbling a little bit harder, but the main thing I want to emphasize is this right here, the attacking size up. Now they show a video of it, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be any different than a regular size up, which they added in a new option for attacking size up, rhythm dribbles and all kinds of other stuff. Flicking the Pro Stick back and forth repeatedly will give you a whole different set of animations called signature combos that look incredible. Now, I feel like we had something similar to that already, and so them putting that in here is kind of useless. Now, here's where it gets interesting though. Switchback gestures will now perform dedicated signature double crosses and hezi cross combo moves that you can assign as part of a moving crossover signature package. So now it's starting to seem like all dribble moves are gonna have their own packages within that you can kind of create to create this ultimate package. It says it has grown from 15 options to 28. Learning the speed of your stick throws and timing your signature animations is especially important now. So with the attacking size up, it's supposed to give you more side to side movements. Basically, if you think about rocking the boat, you go left, the defender goes left, and you cut back right. And that's how that goes. So yeah, like stuff that you see Kyrie do, Steph do. So now they're trying to get away from having people dribble God and spam the game all the way through and not pass the ball. Basically, they're telling you the longer you play with your food. So basically, they're telling you the longer you play with your food, the less amount of energy you're gonna have to do moves. And that's getting into their new step, which is the adrenaline boost, which we'll watch after Stephen Curry's video right here. So this is an attacking size up, and it doesn't look like it's gonna do much. Like, it really doesn't. It doesn't look like it's gonna do much at all, just from this one little small 7-second clip. So now this is the adrenaline boost that I was telling you about. Another new feature is the adrenaline boost. You get 3 per possession. So each player gets 3 per possession, and it's a small bar shown on right under your stamina. So you'll see it in a second. Boosts are consumed every time you perform a hard go or explosive sprint launch. So anytime you do a speed boost, or you do a push off or something like that. Once your 3 boosts are gone, you will notice that your speed and acceleration decreases significantly for the remainder of the possession. As with dribble combos, it is important to play smart basketball and be efficient with your movement rather than zigzag back and forth aimlessly trying to get around the defense. So more authentic shooting. Now, so getting into shooting, they said they made shooting more authentic. If that's the case, then I hope they took out real shot percentage, because nobody should be shooting real shot percentage on an online based game. So it says, if you could get an open look, you can balance out poor rating and accurate timing. This year, we wanted a more authentic shooting model that captures the essence of great NBA shooters' capabilities. Shot speed, how quickly the shot gets to its ideal release point. Release height, how high the shot is released. Defensive immunity, how effective the shot is against defensive contests. Timing impact, adjust shot windows to reward good timing at the cost of an increased penalty for bad timing. Adjust shot windows to reward good timing at the cost of increased penalties for bad timing. Adjust shot windows to reward good timing at the cost of an increased penalty for bad timing. I hope that's what that, I read it a couple of times, because I hope that's how they said Sniper was supposed to be. And we all seen what Sniper did. Sniper gang did. You was hitting lates, you was hitting earlies, you was hitting slightly early, slightly late, very late. I seen a dude hit a very late 38% contested, and it went in cash, like it was a green or something. We're adding in a huge number of shot animations to choose from, over double the amount of any previous 2K version. They're much more accurate to each player's real life jumper for my players. Shot animations will be gated by shooting rating, so you have to play around with all the options to figure out what works best for you and your skill set and play style. We're looking forward to seeing a lot of variety in the community and signature selection. That said nothing. That really said nothing other than these 4 points right here, because I'm thinking now, if they can keep the jump shot creator, then these are going to be the 4 options right here. And with the height release or release height, that's going to change a lot of people's jump shots, especially if you can reduce the release height down. Imagine somebody greening and they barely came up off the ground. Oh my gosh, that'll be a demon shot. That'll be a quick shot, but it'll be a demon shot. All right, so shot meter and shot feedback. I keep saying every year that 2K seems to get closer and closer to NBA Live shot meter, even the previous ones. And if y'all don't believe me, you can look at this one and then look at NBA Live 2003, 2004, even the recent NBA Live 19. and it's still the same. So there's also 5 new shot meters to choose from, with 15 more that can be unlocked through the seasons. So you remember at the beginning of the video, I told y'all seasons are confirmed. They said it right here. See, with throughout the seasons this coming year. Some big, some small, some above the head, some to the side, some below the shooter. Each meter completely fills to the end, which is your ideal release point when empties on the late side of 2K17, 2K23. So okay, so I'm guessing they're talking about the current shot meter we have plus the ones back in the day. Which the ones 2K17, we had a nice one. Okay, yeah, we had a pretty decent one. The new shot meter options were a common ask from the community, so we're sure everyone will find an option they would like. You'll also notice that a subtle change to how shot feedback works this year. We use shot arc to help indicate whether you're early. So when they want to see if you are early, it will say high arc. If you are shooting a late shot, they will say flat arc. And if you're on time or green release is an ideal arc. So by paying attention, you can easily tell right away if you released it off or if your release is off. Also with shot feedback enabled, we're delaying the timing and coverage overlay and green release animation from coming up until the ball hits the basket. It's a small change, but it really brings back some of the drama that the green light sometimes lacked. Also encouraging everyone to continue playing through the possession rather than giving up and getting back in transition early. People still gonna run back early, so all of that is pish posh. All of that is pish posh. People still gonna run on fast break. I play with randoms all the time. They don't even, before the shot even let through the man hand, they be down the court. Some people don't even come back, so that's bull crap. But look at this shot meter. You tell me what you think. Look at that. Look at that. Look. This is the only shot meter you should ever have because you want to release it at the height. But this is also a NBA Live 2003 shot meter, 2004. Look, no shot meter, which that's how I'm gonna be playing. Whoop-dee. Facilitating the offense. Now, if they didn't put anything about good passing, this is going to be a problem for me. So it says for playmakers out there, you'll find new tools at your disposal. The lead to the basket pass makes a return to new gen so that it works the same way as current gen, allowing you to simply press and hold Y or triangle to get your receiver to cut to the basket and release the button to throw the pass. Another alternate is the new spot up pass mechanic. If you press and hold B or circle, the receiver you're pointing at with the left stick will perform a quick V or flare cut to get open on the perimeter. It is very useful quick hitting play to get an open look when you don't have time to run a full-blown play for your teammate. My player can also equip signature passing styles to mimic some of the best floor generals of all time, including Steph Curry, Magic Johnson, Jason Williams, LeBron James, and more. So yeah, they didn't add in any of the mechanics that I always talk about. Let's talk about the icon passing mechanics for a second. If I'm driving to the lane and everybody in the opposite team cut and I want to icon pass it to, or even 2 or 3 people cut to stop me from driving to the lane, I want the option to icon pass it to the person that I want to icon pass it to that I know will be open by, if I pull up these icons and I see the icon that I want to pass it to, if I just tap the icon, so say it's B because I play on Xbox. If I just tap B, I do a chest pass. If I hold B for like 1 or 2 seconds, I do a bounce pass. If I double tap B and that icon is cutting, I should throw a oop to them. The reason why I'm saying this is because I get a lot of turnovers driving to the basket and I icon to the person that I want to pass it to and they pass it right into the jumping defender. But if you wanted to add a little bit skill to the game, then you can add in just that mechanic. I know y'all can do it. You have the technology to do it. So I'm not going for that. But we'll move on. Defensive gameplay. Now, I read through this whole thing, and it doesn't seem like they improved defense that much. I mean, in the game, from what I heard, it does, but it doesn't seem like they improved it that much. The only thing that I seen that was essential for this is it says shot defense received a nice overhaul for NBA 2K23. Up until last year, we used a simple shot defense calculation that looked at two specific points: the location of the defender when the shot started and the proximity to the ball at its release. It worked well, but also had its shortcomings. If the defender's hand or arm moved slightly into a bad position right at the point of shot release calculation, you could get a bad coverage score, even though it looked like it was a very good contest. Okay, but that, I guess, I always said that, and then it also worked the other way around. Somebody could not be near you at all, and then they reach out, and then it gives you it gives you 50% contested, or it'll say you're wide open, but if you look at the shot meter, your shot meter is scrunched all the way up. So yeah, that doesn't say much about defense. So I'm gonna just keep going on. We're talking about on-ball defense. They have a new indicator on the ball handler when in guarding position. This is a new defensive shading mechanic. The 3 bars on the indicator represents 3 zones: straight up, shade left, shade right. The zone the defender's in is shown in red. If the ball handler attempts to attack the red lane, they will be cut off, lose their dribble, and fumble the ball. Great defenders can anticipate where the ball handler is attacking and will now be more clearly rewarded for it. So that's interesting. They have this new mechanic that, dang, every time I say something, it seems like it goes back to NBA Live. Because in NBA Live 19, they had a arrow to point where the defender is going to help you play defense. And if the arrow went left, then you run left to cut them off. If the arrow went right, then you run right to cut them off. If they're going straight, the arrow goes straight. You try to get in front of them to cut them off. Now, with that being said, if the attack size up work the way they're saying it will, this will confuse this defensive shading mechanism, which will make offense and defense a chess game. So now if I do the size up and it blinks red to the right, but it also blinks red to the left right after the second move, now it gives me options on offense on what side do I need to go to. Now on defense, I have to figure out if he's going right or left. And if he goes right, then I have to be able to stop that going right. If he goes left, I have to be able to stop that going left. This will bring up that game of chess. Now, this will also come into play on reading which way the person that you're guarding likes to go best. And so I kind of like that mechanic. I essentially like it, but I feel like a lot of people will turn it off. Great defenders can anticipate where the ball handler is going. We know that both on-ball guarding at the perimeter as well as post does a good job communicating to both offense and defense while collisions result the way they do. Okay, so they said with appropriate stops when timing, block attempts will go well. It says no more small guards pulling off LeBron James level chase down blocks like last year. You also notice a distinct improvement in ball security for good dunkers. Oh, okay. So if they bring back unstrippable, or strippable and unstrippable, then okay, I see that. No driving to the basket, boom. In the past, it was also risky trying to pull off tomahawk and back scratches with defenders even remotely nearby you. We made some changes to encourage the good dunkers to use a great repertoire of dunks packages. Feel the reward of highlight reel dunks with significant takeover boosts in the right situation without fear of always getting the ball knocked out on the way up. The shot blocking system also now contains flyby blocks. When closing out late on the perimeter shooter, flyby will do a better job trying to get a hand up while preventing defenders from slamming into the shooter and sending them to the line. Steals and ball strips. Ball strips are new and improved this year with tons of new content and better coverage. So if you're a smaller defender, quick hands can be just as effective as slowing down slashers and bigs in the paint as a good shot blocker. We also added flail strip contact layups to make sure defenders' steal inputs are respected instead of getting ignored. When ball does not get knocked loose by a block or steal, you'll see greatly improved sideline awareness during scramble plays. When the ball does get knocked loose by a block or steal, you'll see improved sideline awareness during scramble plays. Pickups near the out of bounds lines are more reliable. As are driving ball saves that throw the ball back in play. I've seen some amazing 50-50 balls saves that would make Dennis Rodman and Alex Caruso so proud. Badges, builds, and takeovers. So I read this part and they didn't really give us too much in this initial part. So the only one that I wanted to read is right here. The 5v5 environment used last year to test work in progress player builds is now accompanied by a 3v3 environment. Another huge addition to the build system is that animation purchases will now be account bound rather than specific to one save file. They should have did that. They had that before. The reason why they took it out is because people was glitching animations onto centers that their guards had. So it's good to see it back, and hopefully nobody glitches guard animations on the center. In other words, if you purchase an animation for your play shot build, it will be available and equipped on your slasher build, assuming the player meets the right animation requirements. For current gen users, you're no longer limited by a pie chart build from the last couple years, as it's been replaced with a more robust player build that new gen uses. Oh, so current gen no more pie charts. See, they could have bended that for years. They lied. Y'all seen it right here. They said, oh no, they couldn't make a free build even though we knew. So new gen badge system. This one stood out for me a lot. There are 16 badges per attribute category, 8 in tier 1, 4 in tier 2, and 4 in tier 3. Tier 1 badges are the least powerful for your player, but also cost the least amount of badge point. Costs go up as you climb the tiers and acquire the more impactful badge. The basic idea is that you'll need to equip a certain number of badges in the lower tiers before you can equip badges in the higher tiers. Oh, this is going back to 2K14. No, 2K14, 2K15. You gotta equip and get all these badge tiers, and then once you get the badge, then you could pay VC to go up to silver, pay VC to go up to gold. So, and it's only 3 tiers. It's not bronze, silver, gold, and then Hall of Fame. There's only 3 tiers this time. The motive behind the change was to encourage players to make some tough choices when creating their badge recipes, make loadouts more valuable as a feature, and bring a better overall balance to the badge game in general, along with tiers. Core badges, which are 4 unique badge slots, 1 in each attribute category, that can be filled with badges that don't count towards your badge points. Each badge will have a challenge requirement that, once met, will allow the badge to be placed in a core badge slot. We also made several changes to badges themselves, which are highlighted below. Okay. Slithery makes it easier to gather through traffic, avoiding collisions and strips. Masher increases ability to finish inside layups over defenders. Aerial Wizard, ability to successfully complete alley-oops and putbacks. Ooh, that one's nice. Bully, like Giannis and LeBron, able to finish strong by bulldozing through traffic. Removed badges, hook specialist. So they removed hook specialist out of the game. Bully seems like it's going to come in with a lot of charges, or you just going to be pushing people out of the way and there's going to be no paint defense. I feel bad for any little fella trying to get in there when I make a build, because I'm bullying. Shooting Agent 3, ability to hit difficult 3-point shots off the dribble. Oh my god, here we go, Chef and Circus 3. No. Midi Magician, improve ability to knock down the mid-range jumper off the bounce or out of the post like MJ. Amped, reduce the shooting attribute penalties when fatigued and when moving excessively prior to shooting. Oh, so that's kind of like how Tireless Scorer is slippery off ball. There you go. Kind of like that put together. Okay. Play more, increase a spot up shooter's ability to knock down catch and shoot jumpers the longer they remain stationary prior to shooting. Okay, they had something similar to that before. Sniper, yeah, the original Sniper was like that. Comeback Kid, improve ability to shoot perimeter jump shots when trailing in a game. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's kind of like Clutch Performer. Hand down, man down, makes an outside shooter even deadlier if the opponent fails to get a hand in their face. Space Creator, formerly a playmaking badge, now boosts the ability to hit step back jumpers, hop shots, and also will cause defenders to summon more often. Oh no, that's Chef right there too. Oh no, limitless range, we needed that. An old favorite returns, making shooters more effective with any shot attempt from deep 3 range. I like that. So badges that got removed, which is Chef, which is also in Space Creator. Hot Zone Hunter got moved. Oh, it got taken out. Ooh, Lucky Sevens, that was one of my favorite in 2K22. Mismatch Expert moved to a playmaking badge. So this is gonna become Pick and Roll Maestro again. Set Shooter, Sniper, and Limitless Spot Up is all taken out. Yes, a lot of these badges I want to go on. Playmaking, Killer Combo, improves the dribbler's effectiveness with size up dribble moves. Basically a combination of last year's Quick Chain and Tight Handles badge. I'm gonna have that on, especially after testing it out, seeing if it works. Clamp Breaker, helps ball handler win more one-on-one body bump confrontations. Oh, I'm gonna need that. Clamp Breaker is a definite, that's a must-have. Vice Grip, improves ball security immediately after securing a rebound, catch, or picking up the ball. Great ball badge for bigs. Oh yeah, see, Vice Grip is definitely a good big badge because a lot of people like to reach on off the rebound, or a lot of people like to reach off the catch when you're a big. So this is kind of like how Glue Hands was. Mismatch Expert, formerly a shooting badge. This badge now helps smaller guards break down taller defenders when in mismatch. Okay, I respect that. I like that. I like that. Remove badges. Bullet Passer. So if Bullet Passer's removed, it better go by my pass accuracy and not some bull crap that they thought of. Downhill, nobody used that. Glue Hands got replaced by Vice Grip. Stop and Go got replaced by Mismatch Expert. Not really though. Maybe Killer Combo. Yeah, maybe I don't know. That's a hard badge for me to leave. Stop and Go was a good badge. Downhill, it didn't matter if you had it on Hall of Fame. If your speed ball was trash, you was trash going downhill. It didn't matter. Defensive or rebounding. Anchor, a crucial badge for last line of defense bigs. Improve ability to block and contest shots in the paint. Box Out Beast. Helps rebounders win box out battles on both offense and defense rebounding situations. So that means they took out box, because if they got box out beast, they must have switched it to box out beast and not box anymore. Workhorse, the Pat Bev badge that boosts your ability to hustle down 50-50 balls and play hard-nosed defense without getting tired. So Workhorse sounds like hustle to me in a way. Definitely sounds like hustle to me. And I see they removed defensive leader for anchor, essentially. Glove, named after the legendary defender Gary Payton, helps you strip players as they gather for shots and poke the ball free from ball handlers. So if glove is here, that means strippable and unstrippable in some form are still here. Challenger, improves the effectiveness of a perimeter shot contest. So this is more like Intimidator for the perimeter? Alright, so we're going to Team Takeover design. As you can see, the remove badge is defensive leader. Team Takeover design. Takeovers are special abilities you can equip on your My Player that you can activate after building up your Team Takeover meter. Basically, like getting hot in real life. When the primary and secondary takeovers remain the same, Team Takeover has been redesigned. In the last couple of versions, a player would activate Team Takeover for the entire team and make everybody high after filling up the primary, secondary, and then Team Takeover meters in sequential order. For NBA 2K23, Team Takeover works as a cooperative team system with the entire team sharing a single meter. Each player on the team has an equal portion that they are responsible for filling up by performing well on the court and being good teammates. Oh my gosh, this is about to kill me. Because running with randoms and certain people that I run with, we ain't going to ever get a team takeover because they don't play no defense. All they want to do is shoot. So hopefully shooting helps out a lot. God dang. Boy, this team takeover looking fire. I ain't gonna lie. Team takeover is really looking fire. I like that. Once each player has filled up their portion of the meter, team takeover automatically fires off for the entire team. The new design makes a lot more sense and does a better job representing what it means to be hot as a team and take over the game as a unit. So essentially, basically everybody has to do their job. You still have your primary and secondary takeovers that you can use for yourself personally, but then once everybody does their job as the team, which it makes sense for team takeover, everybody does their job as a team, you get team takeover because everybody's on fire right now. I like it, but I don't like it. I love it, but I don't like it. Because when I'm playing with randoms, a lot of randoms are garboso. And they don't do nothing for the team. Nothing at all. Nothing for the team. AI gameplay. NBA 2K23 is packed with AI goodness on both ends of the floor for new gen console. This is for new gen only. So offensive improvements, basically, essentially, I'm not reading all this. Y'all could read this. I'm gonna leave that as a link in the description. They have 4 single move sets, 2 combo move sets, as well as they have improved their shooting and essentially positioning on the floor. So new defensive shader system we previously talked about. AIs have it. AI ball handlers better assess the situation than dip into their arsenal of moves to make it most appropriate attack. So all of this is basically saying they improve the AI. I'm not going through all of that. Like this is, yeah, I read all of it. They better understand opening versus coverage, passing lanes, alley-oop opportunities, live passing opportunities over the top of defense. So like all around, the AI should be cooking this year. I want 2K18 AIs. Back in the day when you had an AI, if you didn't set a screen, you get packed up. And they can attract mismatch, so they know and see where the mismatches may be. So essentially, they they improve the AIs to make sure the no 3 setting work as intended. So the AI ain't giving up no 3s this year, supposedly, and hopefully that transitions for everything. They can detect spot up shots versus players who come down and fire up. So they now can realize if you're a walk downer or if you're a spot up shooter, they choose who to go to based off that, as compared to just running to the paint and just standing there. They automatically switch on pick and rolls, as they kind of do here, and they also adapt to the way players play on their team as well as the people they're going against. So yeah, that's nice. The defensive AI is a stinger with sending help until we know the opponent can actually take advantage of a particular opening. So yeah. Closing remarks: this year, both ends of the court, you'll see improved gameplay that translates to more wins, more seamless actions. We can't wait for the community to experience this year's gameplay and explore all new features and discover a lot of hidden things we snuck into the game. NBA 2K23 hits the shelves September 9th, but you can reserve your copy today. And yeah, and that's it. Deuces. Leave a comment in the comment section on something you think they should have improved or something that I may have missed, and we could talk about it. My outro. Thank you for watching.
Kano on the track.